in that round of 3. He then moved on his 4th round game. Quite a tough one against Sakul, 5-3.
But it's also important to say that the game that we have, they've just been talking about, obviously Megabit, that hasn't been put on yet. But this is the first leg of it. We're going to be commentating. We're going to go and have a watch of it. And it's Megabit in that white strip, kicking from right to left. And Kurt, of course, in his favoured Inter Milan strip with his favoured Inter Milan badge.
Yeah, so Jimmy there did tell us that this first leg does finish 5-2 to Kurt. So let's just try and break it down. What is he doing so well right now, the man from Malta?
Well, he's not just saying he's the best in the world. At the moment, other than one game, he's backing it up. Here comes Megabit now. Messi from distance. And, well, that's risky. Wow. That is how you get yourself out of a dangerous situation.
Yeah, it is. He doesn't really feel pressure, to be honest, Kurt. We've seen him a few times over the last couple of years. Multiple different competitions where he always seems to compose himself when he needs to. The only time that really springs to mind is when an anomaly
There's a chance
like
for him,
that
actually.
happened.
There's a chance for Ronaldo now if he can get it away. Fake to go one way, Hullet went down, but Kurt did say if he won this, maybe in a few years' time, he might have a shot at being the president of Malta.
The only anomaly
Here he comes.
Was at the FIWC qualifiers in Munich, where he did finish top of the group and then went out to 4th place in that group. 5-1 in the semi-final. So
could that be something that comes back and haunts him? He's been to a few LAN events before. He's been to Gfinities in the past when they did the Play Like a Legend. He went to the FIWC, as you said, in Munich, did exceptionally well in the group, but maybe the mindset of thinking I can beat anyone.
I think he did tell me he did underestimate his opponent in that group stage. Is the person he was facing only actually finished on 1 point in the group, so maybe he looked at him and thought, look, I've already beat you in this competition so far in the group stage. I can beat you in a semi-final. It wasn't meant to be. He lost 5-1 over 2 legs.
And 0-0 in this one. This is only the first leg, remember, guys. Round 6 of fixtures still in the Swiss-style format. We could even need to go to round 7 for a few guys.
Yeah, we will. The players who are going to finish 4 and 3 can count their lucky stars.
Well, something to point out as well, if you have only just started watching the stream, Kurt, as you know, all the players here can use any player they would like in the game up to the 18th of January, so Team of the Years are involved in that. Some prime icons too. Chance now for him, and Kurt has broken the deadlock, and it's only taken 19 minutes for it to come.
19 minutes, the magic number for Kurt. You saw the close control. He just managed to weave the ball back inside, and then the low-driven shot past the goalkeeper. You see it here, just walks inside. No real challenge from Megabit. And maybe this was the start of the domination that we can say, because as we know, Kurt did win this game 5-2 against Megabit.
Well, what I wanted to point out, Richard, was Kurt, he uses different players. There's this superstition out there that some players of a certain rating, for example, the icons, there's 3 different versions of them, obviously, in their primes. Their prime, of course, the first one, and obviously there's a middle card that you guys can get. Kurt likes to use the basic ones at times.
Yeah, well, with the Vieira, there's an 86, an 88, and a 91 Vieira, 91 being the prime. I think in qualifying, he probably used the 88 at this event. He had the 88 available, he had the 91 available. He chose to use the 88. Valencia, De Gea being other options. Valencia's got an inform, a lot of players will use that. Kurt, you know what, the 83 just does fine for me. David De Gea being another one. 90 rated David De Gea.
Is there any reason why these guys are doing this? Just comfort, or maybe they actually believe that they are better?
And it's also...
Chance of Megabit. Oh, that was unfortunate.
It's the comfort of playing with players that you know do perform for you on a weekly basis, because these players have probably played 1,000 games with Antonio Valencia and David De Gea. Why change just because you're playing at a bigger venue for more prize money, etc.?
Well, 1-0 at the moment in this Xbox clash. It's important to talk about Megabit for a bit. Obviously representing VfL Bochum over in Germany. Obviously linked to him with Stark Esports as well, which are probably one of the biggest esports organisations over in Germany. And have sorted out a number of players with clubs from the Bundesliga, Bundesliga 2, and other organisations as well. But Megabit, he had the perfect qualifying month. If you don't know about this guy, Richard, explain to these people why you should.
He got 160 wins out of 160 during November qualifying month on the Xbox. As Jimmy said earlier, he then went onto the PlayStation during this same month and got 158 wins on PlayStation 4. The man is a machine, or could you say was a machine. Kurt looks to have thrown a spanner in the works in this game.
Well, at the same time, I know he lost the first game quite heavily, Megabit, yesterday. I spoke to him earlier today. He said, you know what? I was defending the wrong way. There's a chance now for Kurt. Basically, Megabit said, I was defending like I would online. I didn't adapt to a LAN kind of feeling. A different game mode, you could say.
Short corner here from Kurt. Is he going to get his second before half-time?
Chance.
That is the question.
This is Kurt. There's a bit of space that's opened up for that Hullet. Carlos now, the left back. He's going to be out of position now. Look, potential 3-on-2. 2-on-2 now. Can he just pull the runner he wants to do? Ronaldo got the better of a, could say, ex-teammate, Rio Ferdinand. And still only 1-0 here. Two top-class players. Kurt was in an interview earlier. He said the hardest player he has played so far in this competition was Tim Latka, who he just edged past.
Might have changed his opinion after he did lose. Kurt, he's currently 4-1. This is the first leg of the game with Megabit. We do know it finishes 5-2. Just waiting for the second leg to kick off.
Well, Matthias there just got intercepted. Remember, we saw him earlier today, a really important player, the 93 German midfielder that is really good at, one, getting forward, and two, he can do his defensive duties.
Yeah, he can. He's a complete midfielder from box to box. He's got everything in abundance. Pace, shooting, dribbling, passing. The only thing is, I think he's at roughly about 5'9", so the height's slightly a little bit left to be desired, but everything else pretty much perfect midfielder. The error.
So it is Megabit in that white strip. Chance to the onside. Marcelo in a very attacking position. Panic there of the shot, I think. And Rio Ferdinand, of all people, was trying to drive forward there. But there goes the half-time whistle on this one in the first leg. And only one goal separates these two. Not many stats, and 50-50 possession, which we're not used to seeing at all.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing Kurt having that much possession, really. What you'll see from Megabit is, when he gets into that final third, he'll really zip passes into his players. He'll not play a lot of through balls. See the custom tactics there, if you are watching the stream.
Which I haven't actually seen many of these guys do, because they're all probably set before we go into the gameplays. But what they're changing there, obviously it was in German, so we can't really read it too well, but he'll be changing the width of his team, how wide he wants his team to play, how aggressive he wants them to be in the final third, both defence and attack.
Yeah, that's the sort of things he'll be changing. Build-up play, maybe chance creation as well, slightly adjusted from Megabit. What we're saying is, he rarely uses through balls as Megabit. He'll only use a through ball if he knows he's got a lot of space to run into. Apart from that, it's all driven passes. Watch, right there,
chance.
Through ball.
There we go, easy as that. Out of absolute nowhere. The first half only brought one goal, and within a minute, literally, in-game minute of the second half, we've seen another goal from Kurt.
Kurt plays simple football from the kickoff. You do create chances from kickoff, it's just a known fact. Ronaldo slots it home past the goalkeeper and doubles his lead.
He even said, we spoke to him before, I don't use skills, I don't need them. Why would that be?
His dribbling's just too good on its own, really. He doesn't need to use the skill moves. He doesn't have to overcomplicate the way he plays. It's very much, I know I'm better than you, so I will just play the way that I play, and if I don't get the win, I don't get the win.
Chance for Megabit, superb defending there. I'm not sure he knew much about it. Antonio Valencia, a really important block, and this could be a chance now for Kurt to go free up.
That's just the way that Kurt plays. A lot of players then, as soon as that ball goes into R9, would have initiated a 1-2 pass. Kurt takes it back, kills the game a little
chance.
bit.
Oh, there's three. Out of absolute nowhere. 2 goals in the space of 10 in-game minutes.
And it all came from the switch, R9. They didn't play the 1-2 pass straight away. He turned, pinged it out wide to Messi. Messi drives into the box. No challenge from Megabit, very poor defending. And Kurt gets his third and R9 second.
Funny how he's got some of the Inter Milan greatest players in his team, you could say. Patrick Vieira in there, R9 Ronaldo. Big names he would have been used to watching a long time ago. And at the moment, in this first leg, remember, this game's already been played. We're just looking back at it. over on the Xbox side of things. It's round 6 as well from the Swiss style.
This is one of the dream games coming into the tournament that you probably, as a fan, you were thinking, what would happen if Megabit played against Kurt? Arguably, on results, the best player.
You would think coming into this, you might think that Megabit would win.
Can't argue with the stats. 160 wins on Xbox One, the only man to do it. Kurt says he's the best.
With him. Look at that, look at that, that's beautiful. That dribbling is exceptional, and a lovely finish as well. Look, just watch it. Look how he's just toying with that back line.
Kurt doing what he does best, just moving the ball side to side, waiting for a little bit of space, and exploits the defensive frailties.
And Ronaldo runs away. He scored the goal. Hat-trick hero as well for Kurt in his first game. And Megabit just hasn't had a sniff this game. Here he comes now this time. Ronaldo, short. Ronaldo again! Maybe I spoke too soon. He has got a goal back, and there's still a long time to go in this first leg.
But we know that it doesn't end up being a good first leg for Megabit. I wonder how it affected the second leg between these two. Shell's 5-2 victory. Surely, I say it, surely Shells didn't think he were going to win. Surely, Kurt, I've got Shells on the mind. There's a 7th round fixture coming up.
It's the 4-4-2.
It's the 4-4-2. There's a 7th round fixture with Shells coming up, and that's all I'm thinking about right now.
Still so many more games to come, of course. This is only round 6. We've still got round 7, and then we get into the single elimination.
So much more FIFA left to play.
Now remember that we are live tomorrow again. Same time, same place. Live from Barcelona, the Paolo St. Jordi. And tomorrow, right at the end of the day, we will be crowning, you could say, your Barcelona champion.
There'll be one man who dominated their own console and then steps across and beats the winner of the opposite console in that huge cross-console final.
Fair, this looks nice from Megabit. Thinking there, he just got the confidence maybe not to finish that himself.
Maybe could have even tried dinking the goalkeeper, but it wasn't to be. 2 more goals left in this game.
Finesse, it's on if he can do it. Tried to link him with Ronaldo.
Hullet played into Ronaldo. Down the line for Roberto Carlos. Kurt, one of the other players to use Roberto Carlos as well. A lot of people go with Marcelo. Seen a couple of Alexandros on the floor as well.
Other than that, I think that's the main 3 that we've been used to seeing.
Alexandro, Marcelo and Roberto Carlos.
And one thing, they're all Brazilian.
Maybe the Brazilians produce the best left-backs.
Linking into the, if you bring back one of the players into midfield maybe, or another icon card you can link up with.
Let's not forget as well, the Brazilian Dani Alves at right-back as well, Team of the Year variant of that item.
Not normally choose, but since that Team of the Year card, a lot of guys have gone, right, I'll give this guy a go, and to be fair, a lot of them have enjoyed using him.
A lot of their pros are loyal to Valencia. That's their man. Valencia is through and through, but I think hashtag Harry used...
Just wanted to turn and get a finish away.
Harry used Dani Alves in his team earlier today, and as Spencer said earlier, big game for hashtag Harry in the 6th round fixtures against XL Painter.
Well, here's a chance. Messi. Marcelo.
Marcelo.
Okay, we're going to go over to another game any second now.
And did wrap this game up 9-5. But where are we going next, Brandon?
We are going